Welcome to another episode of Max Model Cars. Today I'm featuring a model I just finished. It's a 1971 Plymouth GTX custom widebody. This was originally the Revell Dom's GTX from the Fast and Furious movies. I like this body style, but I didn't want to do it stock or as Dom's. So I started this kit around the time that Ken Block died, and I was watching videos of his insane Mustang called the Unicorn. So with a wide body and twin turbos and pipes sticking out the hood. So I set out to make something like it out of this GTX. And I've been working on it for several months. Let me run through the custom work that we did on it here. Well, for the wide body, I cut plastic from a saline bottle container because it was already rounded, and I glued those strips into each wheel well. Then I built up the wide body using body filler. And there's a styrene tube along the rocker and molded in with body filler. I wanted to lower the body down since the engine bay sheet metal sets the body height against the subframe. I cut out all of the inner fenders and the firewall, and then eventually that firewall went back in. Now the rear would have just had the leaf springs. To really get the tires up and in the body, I cut out the wheel wells in the rear, and that would have put the rear axle against the floor pan. So I put some plastic pieces actually on the top to make my own kind of rear subframe to strengthen it again after I cut out this part of the subframe here. And then I cut out a lot of the sheet metal in the middle, the plastic, and raised everything up. Then I made this 4-link suspension using some plastic pieces for mounts and the metal shafts from small pop rivets. And the rear shocks are made from scratch using some plastic bar from like a model tree. And then I made the spring out of some wire I had, and I cut some tubing to make the spring retainers. Don't look too close at them. They're not that detailed when you look close. I also widened the front suspension by making a new subframe pieces and mounted the A-arms further out. The interior I had to pretty much cut in half to raise it up, to make it shorter essentially, because the body, I was making that come up into the body. I was making the frame come up into the body. So I had to cut the interior, otherwise the seats would have been against the roof and everything. So I kind of cut it and made everything fit a little better. Just took out some size there. Also had custom seats, body filler to make the bolsters. The engine is a twin turbo Hemi from Iceman Collections, and I had to do some work to make the exhaust coming straight out the top. From Iceman, they come out the side, kind of at the bottom. So I made that look, like Ken Block's Mustang. The trans is a Tremec 6-speed manual, 3D printed also from Juan for You online. I found this would have had an automatic originally, and couldn't be an automatic in this car. The wheels and the giant brakes are from the Dom option of the Revell original model, so that was pretty cool. The body just rattle can duplicolor, then clear coat, minimal decals on it. Blacked out the bumpers after removing the chrome using purple power. So I hope you enjoy it. A lot of fun putting this together. The custom 71 GTX.